Start of this map kind of feels like the start of a Joshi map, with the exception that the monsters are all facing away from you. It's kind of mean and exacting, and not completely fair, but at least it's the start. Once you get rid of the chain gunners, you can go after this guy and get that switch there. Oh, I died once. That's cool. Anyway, you have to hit that switch to open the rest of the map. It's obnoxious. It's a little obnoxious. Fortunately, there's all that health, so it doesn't matter if you get hurt a lot doing it. So this is kind of weird. It feels like you shouldn't be able to get that super shotgun, but you can. I mean, they have to have tested it, right? So whatever. It just feels like you should have to be able to go to the top first. I don't know if that's intended or not. Whatever. With this super shotgun, I just want to make sure that the Kako demons are dead or taken care of, since they can drift into the next area and really fuck you up. You can see that other Kako's mad at an Arachnotron, so he'll die eventually. This is kind of a tough fight. You can just fight it out and win, but it's actually very hard to. Like, the ammo situation allows you to, but it's close quarters. It's very hard. You'd have to be relying on the super shotgun for a lot of it. I prefer just to hit the switch and leave. There's a very low chance that the Cyber Demon will kill you for it. That's the area that I came from. You can see the Arachnotron's mad at, the Archvile's mad at someone. That's nice. We'll move on. According to the Doom Wiki, it's about a 1 in 7 chance of being able to kill an Arachnotron in 2 shots like that with the rocket launcher. In my experience, it's a lot less. This is all pretty straightforward. You should try to body block that guy into his corridor, so this can't happen. The column has a little bit of a concave bit, and I got caught in it. That sucks. I used to think this fight was really hard, but like, it's really not that bad. Just don't use the rocket launcher longer than you're allowed to. Like, stop now. And then like, it's close quarters, but it's never so dense that you can't keep moving. So, just keep moving. I kind of do this badly, but it's fine. Don't get hit by a bunch of stupid shit. Prioritize the pain elementals, obviously, and then honestly, prioritize the lost souls above the revenants. You wouldn't think so, but you should. Kind of did badly, but again, it doesn't really matter. You can get back up to 100 before you leave, and or you can get back up to 200 before you leave, so whatever. You can't go any higher than that. And you weren't counting on keeping armor anyway. Oh yeah, there's a couple in the hurt floor down here. There's 3 meta packs. I'm trying to get them and get good. I'm gonna try again here, see if I can't do better than 77. Not much better, but it's fine because there's 2 stim packs there. So this is got to go up here for the blue key. That guy died so quickly because he'd been fighting the Kako earlier. And also I want to kill the 2 Mancubi up on that far platform because they can overlook the area where all the Hell Knights are. And I'll be back there, and it's obnoxious to have them around. Like, you can, you get hit by a fireball out of nowhere. You don't want that. The Revenants, though, they can't see shit, so they can stay. This part's obnoxious, but, I mean, I guess the alternative would be to stick around in the opening area for longer and kill everything with the super shotgun, which is perfectly doable. And maybe that's even what I'd recommend, but I like to get on with things. And then I pay for it later. So that's finally done. This here is a pretty impactful secret. Extra cells, and also gives you an angle to drop down to this thing. Get all that health. Now this is interesting. I see that the Archvile is still mad, so that obviously means he's mad at the Cyber Demon. He would have killed anything else by now. And he'll never kill the Cyber Demon, because they're invulnerable to blast damage, which is what the Archvile does. Ordinarily, you have to kill the Archvile here by, like, you know, going through this teleporter, which puts you right next to him, and you shoot at him, and then you back out through the teleporter again to here, because there's no good cover, so you sort of have to take cover through the teleporter. It's really fiddly and obnoxious, and I hate doing it, but I'm realizing here, oh, if he's mad at the Cyber Demon, I can just ignore him. Is that really safe? That's what I'm pondering right now, and the answer is it is really safe. If you're sure he's mad at the Cyber Demon, you can just go for it and continue on to the next phase without antagonizing him. Kind of cool. It's very, very simple and easy to just kill all these guys from this position. With the slightly added wrinkle here that I want to make sure I don't inadvertently hurt the Archvile, because that would make things a bit sticky. So the next major decision to make here, and this kind of defines how the last bit of the map goes, is do you want to kill the Cyber Demon now or not? You can warp back up to that platform on the left where the Mancubuses were, and just kill him with the plasma rifle. It's pretty easy, pretty safe, pretty straightforward. And the reason you would want to do it is because the next phase in the map involves coming up a little very small elevator up to his platform. And if he's alive, he just has about a 20% chance of shooting as soon as you appear, and if he does that, you just instantly die. There's nothing you can do about it. So you're taking your life in your hands with a coin flip. But the reason to leave him alive, and that's what I'm trying to decide whether to do right now, as I'm just standing here. The reason to leave him alive is that he can help you against the Cacos, and I decided to leave him alive. I'm not confident. I'd rather do a coin flip than trust in my skills. You want to get those guys ASAP? Well, you can see why right now. That's why you want to get those guys ASAP. I mean, once you've taken care of the Mancubuses back here, it's this next part is very straightforward and easy. Just don't be a noob and get yourself killed. I mean, the redundant Archviles have a purpose to make it so, yes, you do have to dive the Mancubuses, right? Like, you can't just quick kill an Archvile instead, for instance. You gotta get covered. So it's not like it's just time wasting, but then it does waste a little of your time afterwards. And I killed these two guys with the chain gun as a show of disrespect. So the next part of the map is the real crisis, the do or die moment. You have to you hit that switch back there, and it unleashes a gigantic cloud of cacodemons from a monster closet across the chasm there. From there, and also by that switch there, you get 3 Archviles, and also the switch becomes accessible. You hit the switch, and that lets you get out of here. But it's super tight. You have to clear these guys as fast as possible. And this was really bad. You gotta clear these guys as fast as possible, or the Cacos will block your way and you will not be able to escape. The alternative way, if you'd killed the Cyber Demon, would be to just make a last stand down there with rockets and the plasma rifle. You can. It's really quite difficult, but you can beat all the Cacos. But like this, the Cyber Demon essentially does it for you. Like, you can see just how great this setup is. Like, you know, old Cyber's your best bet at this point. With those close quarters and the splash damage, you just get them all mad at him. You just have to take care of a few stragglers. It's so good. So perfect. And the other kind of side advantage here is that, like, when you do this, you have a gigantic surfeit of ammo for the final fight, which becomes kind of a bit of an anticlimax. It's really easy. Whereas if you do the Cacos honestly, You use up pretty much all of your cells and most of your rockets, and then you have to rely on the super shotgun and a few rockets for the final battle, which then becomes fairly tense and difficult. But in this case, it's going to be really easy. Like, the crisis was when the CAC was emerged. Now that I'm alive at this point, I pretty much have a 0% chance of not finishing the map successfully. But I'm still going to be careful. Get that extra supercharge. It's weird, I can hear a Caco demon growling around somewhere, and maybe it's just the guys that are being held in reserve for the final teleport ambush. But I feel like there's got to be a Caco, you know, high above the screen somewhere that's going to block my vision and maybe rocket me to death. I don't know. There's not, it's just my imagination. You want to leave ASAP because stuff comes in on both sides of you, and if you get pincered, it's really nasty. At this point, I'm putting myself at risk trying to use the rocket launcher despite having 200 cells. This is hard if you just have 6 rockets and a super shotgun. It's not hard if you have unlimited rockets and cells. Anyway, this is a good level. Like, I really like the fight with the Revenants and the Pain Elementals in the middle. I think the main setup is pretty clever. You know, it's my own fault that I decided to go with the coin flip, so I can't blame him for that. Just a really interesting map all around.